Welcome to today's match of the day, coming to you live from the Willaston Oval. This is Elliot Goodger Park. Joining me today in commentary, I've got Will Tagg from the Willaston Football Club. Will, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, great to have you on board. You're a young player of the future of the Willaston Footy Club. Good to have some input from the younger generations today.
Yeah, I'm very
looking forward to a great game today between Willaston and Barossa District. These are two teams that are genuinely pushing for finals contention, and I think that they're two teams that can push to possibly play in the grand final at the end of the year, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. Barossa is really looking good this year. Really good pickups throughout the pre-season. Willaston, a good mix of veterans and young players too.
Yeah, some good young talent coming through in both teams. We've got a debut for the Bulldogs with young Ryan Civic, son of a former gun in Jamie Civic, coming through. Great to see that progression, and really looking forward to seeing how he goes today. But tell me a bit about a couple of the young players in the Willaston team.
Yeah, so we have one sitting out today. He's injured. Jack Ryan's injured today, but he's a debutant for this year. Dylan Jones is a key for our back line, wearing number 21. Has played a little bit last year too. Hudson Cole, young too. Jordan Cozzano. Saxon Evans joined us from Central Districts. He's a great pickup for us. And then we've got a good mix of veterans. Sam Walton, Josh Woodhunder and Tyson Earlham too. They lead the way, so that's great.
Yes, I'm hearing Jack Ryan would make the team probably 5 goals better. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely. I'm
You've
a
been
bit
talking
biased.
him up for the last hour.
I'm a bit biased to him, but I feel he's great for us, and he's good off half back.
Yeah, so definitely some great players in the Willaston lineup. Sean Childs recently played his 200th game for the club, and in the last half of that game went forward and kicked 3-goal-1 after playing 200 games in defence for the Donnybrooks.
He's great. I like training with the Charles when I can.
He's a magnificent role model, not only for the club as a whole, but also for the Indigenous youth coming through the club. He's been fantastic in that regard with the Indigenous round promotions and things like that. He truly is a leader at the Willaston Footy Club, and one of my favourite footballers.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like as a player myself, a young fella at the club, I really look up to guys like him. The way he talks to people, the way he leads on the field, and he's just a good player too. He's
a perfect example of the type of player that clubs want to recruit as imports. You want someone who will come in, not only stay the long term, but really enrich a club with their presence, not just their ability on the field.
Definitely, yeah. I feel like a lot of our 17s aspire to be a player like him one day.
Yes, and the likes of Tyson Earlham, the Alpha as he's known.
Yeah, Tyson's really good, and he's a great leader too. He's been around for a while now, and I like having Tyson's really fun, but at the same time, he's really good to have around, and he's really caring. He cares for the group, he cares for the footy club too, which is what you need.
Yes, and Ash Fry is back in the team this week from injury. He was expected to line up in the reserves today, but a late withdrawal means that he's had to come straight back into the A's.
Yeah, he's a good addition. Nice experience to have him there.
Yeah, always good to have the old boy in the team. He'll direct traffic with that beautiful kick that he's got. And yeah, it's going to be a great day. Beautiful weather here at Willaston. If you're sitting at home and not sure, come on down to the Oval today. There's a great promotion on. Willaston have got their Pink Day. They're raising money for breast cancer research. So that's as good a reason as any to come down and support your local football club. Buy a couple of raffle tickets in their pink raffle, buy some cupcakes, and really support what the club are trying to do, giving back to the community.
Definitely, yeah. We're running a good cause down here, and our pink Guernseys look great. Willaston are in our pink V. They look fantastic. So
yes. Also, the pink socks are fantastic. Your goal umpire's really gone all out with the pink bow tie and hat as well.
Yes.
I'm very impressed. Willaston Footy Club putting on a great effort, raising money for charity. Beautiful day for footy. There's still some spots on the fence if you want to drive down. You can park your car and watch some really good football today. Genuinely going to be a good top half of the table clash. There's going to be some good football played, and this is the perfect opportunity to show your support for the community.
It's not too often we get days like this.
No, not after last week. That was horrible. But just think about it. Your AFL team will survive if you're not sitting on the couch watching it. But these local clubs need your support in person. You need to come down, spend a couple of dollars at the canteen, have a beer if you're not going to be driving, buy some raffle tickets and give back to your community.
Yeah, we've got a great field down here today.
The atmosphere around us at the moment, we're in amongst a bunch of Willaston supporters. It's going to get loud, it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to the atmosphere today, Will.
It's always great.
Yes, there's some great characters here at Willaston, and it's going to get loud on the microphone today. You'll be able to hear them. There's a lot of fun to be had. Come on down to the football today and enjoy the atmosphere. As you see, both teams still warming up, and directly in front of us, Josh Waldhuter, who's going to be a key for Willaston today. He just opens so many doors at the stoppages with his big frame.
Yeah, absolutely. His attack on the ball is really, really scary. No one wants to sit on the ball when he's coming straight out.
And if he doesn't get the ball, he opens passages for the players around him.
Definitely. And when it turns over, he's always the first to give a good amount of pressure. He kicks it straight at goal too. He can kick a good goal.
He is. I think he's a key for the Donnybrooks today, and he will need to be against this Barossa midfield, which has been impressive so far in 2023. Jake Mazzone, their new recruit, has been lighting the league up. He grabs the ball, he runs. He'll run 15, 20 metres and he'll kick it 55, 60 metres, and almost always hitting a target in the forward 50. He is a real danger for Willaston to try and stop today.
I like Blake Highgroves from Willaston too. I've trained with him a few times and he's really good. He's really smooth.
And now I just want to get your thoughts on the junior program at Willaston. It's always been churning out great talent.
Yep.
How are you enjoying the junior program here at the Donnybrooks?
Well, I joined Willaston's junior program at the end of 2020. I come from a whole different scene. I was from the HFL. The welcoming I got from the footy club was great, and I felt right at home straight away. It allowed me to play my best footy, and my footy has really grown being here. So we've got a great support team, right from Damien Herzik down to Craig Dawes. Wack has been great for me too, and then in the past I've had Bill Fuller and Trev Small.
Yes, you're absolutely spoiled there with the
absolutely, yeah.
The leaders you've got off field, those guys you mentioned. The club is very rich in that regard. You've got great people running the club,
yeah.
And you said that being here has allowed you to become a part of the Central District
yeah.
junior program as well, which
yeah.
has been great for you.
So when I joined Willaston, I wasn't on a Central list, and then I had a really good year, and then I got picked up. That's allowed me to be on Central District's list for the under-18s.
And that's great, the relationship that Central Districts have with this competition, and especially with Willaston, the amount of juniors from Willaston that go down to Central District and really develop a career.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic to see that progression.
We got a few playing down there today, so hopefully they all went well. Willaston's relationship with Central is vital.
As we see the siren go and the ball up in the middle, and Willaston with the tap there, Ruckman grabbing that. That's Lachlan Webb. He got the clearance as well as the tap. He's found Brady Griffiths just inside the 50. This is probably just on the limit of Griffiths' range. There's no wind to speak of. But distance is really going to trouble him, I think. He has improved his kicking this year, but I'm not sure if this is quite his bag. That's beautiful off the boot, but it's off to the right. And rushed through for a minor score. So first blood to the Dogs, and a quick start out of the middle. The Ash Fry on the bench in front of us, he's warming up. He's ready to go. You can see him chomping at the bit. Hasn't played footy for a few weeks. Willaston coming in now. They've switched the ball across to the near side. They've got guys in the open. They've found him on the bounce. That's Jordan Cozzano. You mentioned him before the bounce. He's electric. The umpire's going to call that back. Willaston were hoping to get away with that. But here we go. We've got Zach Henschke, young fella. He's driving the ball forward. Big pack forms. No one's able to claim it. Barossa player at the full. He gets the handball away. Into the open. Dogs just moving, and they find big Darren Schillerbeer. He's going to be a key today. If Willaston can find a way to shut him and Lee Rizek down in the forward line, it'll go a long way towards a Donnybrooks win. That ball finds Griffiths under it. He's met front on, so umpires paid a free kick. That was there, as much as the Willaston fans don't want to admit it. Brady just pumps the ball. That's a mongrel kick. Not really to any, but Lee Rizek, the former league footballer, picks it up. He dances around. That little chip kick around the corner, he's hit a teammate on the chest. That's beautiful footy. Not sure who he's found there. Brendan Dew. That's probably one of the guys that you really do want on the end of the footy. This is a young man with impeccable skills. He's one of the best players in the competition. Former league footballer himself. But Lee Rizik's ability to turn in traffic there at his age was just so impressive. As we see a second minor score for the Bulldogs. But this amount of ball coming forward has got to be a worry for Willaston. They go really wide and find a player in the back pocket. They're coming short out of defence. They found Michael Clinch. He's a great distributor. Oh, that only just came off. He juggled that. Would have been a terrible turnover. They come looking inboard. Just controlling possession at the moment, Will.
Nice and slow. It's with Earlham now. He'll go long.
The alpha, he goes long. He knows he's the big dog.
Thanks.
He knows.
We have a contest there.
Yes. Ball up here in Willaston's forward line. And a free kick going Willaston's way in the ruck contest.
That's number 2. Sam Walton.
Sam Walton, and definitely he won't have the legs from here. I'm putting money on that.
We've got a nice breeze going to Willaston's end. You can get the ball nice and high, you might be able to put it in.
Try.
Puts it through.
And
it's a great leg.
That's
a goal to Sam
through. I stand corrected, Sam. You've made me look stupid, which you've done many times before, but thank you very much. So first goal of the game goes to Willaston, and they needed that after Barossa had controlled all the forward momentum in the opening minutes of the game. We're nearly just over 4 minutes into the first quarter of what should be a great clash. So ball back to the middle now. And umpire Noack, who is the leading umpire in Barossa Light and Gawler and one of the leading country umpires in South Australia, to ball it up. And tap again for the Barossa ruckman, that's Webb.
Clearance by Dew.
Dew with another clearance, and that's spelling bad news for the Donnybrooks. The ease with which Barossa are getting the ball out of the middle, they're going to have to do something to try and slow that momentum. Just going to have a boundary throw in deep in the forward pocket. Barossa's end of the field. Barossa are kicking from right to left as you're looking. See Webb versus Saxon Evans in the ruck. Ball comes down. Barossa player at the fall of the ball. He collects. Sends it to the goal square. Brady Griffiths with a big fly. And Barossa player at ground level. That's Rizik. He's got all the skills. He cleans up with a beautiful roving goal. That's beautiful play. Getting to the fall of the ball.
It's a great crumb.
Great fly from Griffiths. He's young, he's raw, but he got up there and he created that fall.
We're also looking quite sharp around the contest in their own 50. It's a bit worrying for a Willaston fan.
Willaston need to find a way to slow that clearance out of the middle. That's where it's all going wrong for them right now. As we see the ball coming back to the middle again. Umpire Noack again. Webb's currently getting his hand to the ball in the middle, and from there, and Evans gets it that time. That helps, but Barossa are able to get the crumbs. But Willaston coming through now. He's met heavily with a tackle by the big fella. That was beautiful work there. The big ruckman just backing up his work. So they come out to find Alex Arthur, one of the young players in the Barossa team. A lot of youth and speed in this Bulldogs outfit. He goes to go long, but the umpire has found a free kick in the forward line. Sam Walton's given away a free kick to Jake Mazzone, probably 35 metres out, directly in front of goal. This is going to be easy work for a player of Mazzone's quality, and that's undisciplined from Walton. He'll be upset about that. Was it Walton or am I?
It was Walton.
It was,
yeah.
yes. Because he's not manning the mark, he's given that job to someone else. I just didn't think he didn't want to be the one associated with it.
Dylan Jones on the mark, big jump.
Yes.
Anyway.
Mazzone with their second goal for the Bulldogs as they ease their way a little bit further in front. That's definitely worrying signs for Damien Hertzik and the Willaston Bulls. What sort of position on the field would you normally play, Will?
So I played off half back today. I'm just coming back from injury. It's just nice to get back into it. But I'm usually on the ball. But my first few years I played on the wing, and I really like the wing.
So if you were out here today, what would be going through your head right now?
Well, I need to slow it down the middle, just get a few repeat stoppages, and then we'll look to get it forward, just to stop their flow. They've got good flow at the moment, so I go
all up again. Webb gets over the top of Evans once again, but Willaston able to clean up with the hands. They get the clearance. It's deep. That's a good mark taken back there. So Barossa just in control of this game at the moment. They come out wide. And they've found Hayden Trainer, who's always reliable back there. Good diving mark taken on the wing against Clinch. That ball's up and under. We see a big pack fly. A handball out. Barossa now. Flying shot on goal, I think. So that's going to...
Should have tapped it.
Tap it with a bit of a shin kick. And that's gone out of bounds, so Willaston to bring the ball back into play. So Donnybrooks, they conservatively kick in, they find Childs. And he's got another player in the back pocket. Willaston just need to settle and just get some possession through a few hands at the moment. Ball could be cut off here. That's good soccer off the ground. That's smart play. The Willaston player dives on the footy, wraps it up, and we'll have a ball up almost right in the centre of the ground.
Not a bad spot to be in now. Direct control.
Catch negated down, and the crowd called that correctly. That was a throw, so Willaston with a free kick there.
Willaston crowd starting to fire up now.
Yes, and they're umpiring from the bar. I like it. That's where a lot of the best calls come from. And that's why we're sitting here, because we'll get all the good oil. Beautiful hands there for Barossa. And they're running, they hit the deck, and they like to run, this Bulldogs team. They've run a few teams off their legs this year. They want to do that again. And that's a big, strong grab. Lee Rizek, once he gets those vice-like mitts around it, you can't stop him. Great hands there. Off to a running player. He just dances. Oh, that was a beautiful goal. Cooper Pyman, the shake and bake. He shook his Willaston defender out of his boots. It was beautiful.
Great goal there for Barossa. Nice little link up through the middle.
That's the real danger of this Barossa team. They're young and they've got a lot of genuine leg speed. We saw that right from behind centre half back. Quick ball movement, running, and just taking the game on. They are going to be really hard to stop if Willaston will allow that.
Great to watch too.
Great to watch. And that's again why I said if you're at home watching this,
get here.
We love the fact that you're watching us. That's great for us, but better for the game if you come down here and watch it live. We'll have a restart in the middle. That's just big bodies just going at each other. They refuse to let it go. The ball bounces out. Willaston now, they've got clearance. Their kick not quite well directed. That was not Earlham's best effort. But we've got Barossa kicking deep in the back pocket. Willaston need to hem this in now and get repeat opportunities on goal. The ball coming out now.
Nice
Free kick. Well, mark being paid, going Barossa's way. Barossa's confidence building. Willaston have got to find a way to dampen that. They're going down that outer boundary. So they'll have a ball in. Looks like Barossa are quite happy when they haven't got the open lane to use that defensive side of the ground and just play the boundary. That's the defensive side here at Willaston. If you want to control the game, you just put the ball out there and just let the boundary do the work.
Absolutely, we've got wide wings out here.
And Barossa now moving the ball across half-back. Come into the middle now. They've found a player. He comes out wide. It just overshoots that lead. So out of bounds. Wilson will get the kick in here. They'll be disappointed with that. Clinch to bring the ball back in once he gets it from the Barossa supporters. Yeah, and they refuse to give it to him. Clinch now is a beautiful user of the footy. Looking for something up ahead. He decides to go deep, right into the pocket. Got a beautiful mark taken there in defence for the Dogs. That's Nathan Casbolt. He's reliable as ever down there. Not much gets past him. And we see the Dogs on the run again through the middle. That kick going forwards. Big fly. And he's taken that on the second grab. That is a beautiful mark. That's Ryan Civic, the first gamer. He's going back. He's going to take a shot on goal for, I think this will be his first kick, and if he can join the elite club of first kick, first goal. But that was a beautiful grab for a young fella.
Ryan's a great player to I've played against him in the fewer years, so he's very, very handy.
He's given that a real chance. He's just offline for a minor score, unfortunately. But that was a great mark and definitely shows players have confidence in him that they can go to him in a one-on-one situation.
It's definitely good for Barossa. They know everyone on the field is capable.
Absolutely, and that's the kind of confidence you need in your teammates at A-grade level. As Willaston now bring the ball. Ash Fry, the super veteran. Just a little chip kick. They've got a player across half-back. That's a beautiful mark. Quick hands, he finds Childs. He has to go back. That handball's offline, but well picked up. They probably didn't have the ball, but the umpire has paid holding the ball. Barossa play on quickly. And that ball almost bounced directly through, but it's been touched, so a minor score. Barossa peppering the goals, but not quite putting the big number on the board that they should have.
Oh, come on!
And another free kick going Barossa's way.
That wasn't a tackle.
So they've got a chip kick in, and they've found Rizik on a hard lead. He goes back, but he's got another player open. That's poor checking from Willaston. But we've got Josh Davey, I believe it is, in the forward pocket. He's going to go back and take this shot on goal. A little bit of wind from left to right here. Probably not going to affect the accuracy, but it will be almost into his face. Distance shouldn't be a problem though. Goes back, and he's put it straight through. That's another goal for Barossa Districts. So on the Burge Barossa scoreboard, that's starting to get a little bit concerning for Willaston now. Barossa starting to open up a little bit of a gap. Willaston 1 goal trailing Barossa 4-3.
Really starts with Barossa's clearance work, their ability to win the ball around the contest.
Now we're back in the middle where Barossa are on top. And players like Mazzone really haven't touched the ball yet. It's the others doing it for Barossa. See, Rizik now in the middle. That ball smothered as he kicked it, but still able to push some forward momentum here. As Willaston now clean up. Ball back around the corner. That clean bowls everyone. See, players in pursuit. And two Barossa players nearly took each other out there. And here we go, Cozzano again. Beautiful pickup. Finds Fry. He goes with the left foot. That clears that contest. And he's got a player running onto it. You want to look at the speed of that. That little check side kick, probably
Toby
a little
Wilson.
bit shallow.
Toby Wilson's missing that one.
But what a pickup and electrifying off that. That's the sort of thing that Willaston are going to need to do to keep Barossa on the back foot. That kick in is out, so Willaston get a repeat entry. This is the kind of pressure they want to build up. Repeat entries will slow Barossa's momentum, because you're not only taking possession away from them, but you're forcing them to defend. That kick comes back and finds Ash Fry. He's a great user of the footy. Probably a good guy to have right now. And he's just overcooked that kick a little bit.
This breeze is starting to pick up down
That
here
breeze
too.
is picking up. It's coming almost into our face here in the commentary position. But going from left to right of the screen, if anything. See, Barossa now looking to clear. They find Mazzone. He handballs off straight away. It's good ball use. He found Brendan Dew. So we'll see some of the elite players in Barossa's team starting to get their hands on the footy. This ball goes out of bounds on the outer wing. So we'll have a ball in over there.
I've never seen him drop one more there.
Barossa now, good pick up in the forward line. Goes back to a player running at goal and he drills it. That was Liam Tappert. So another goal for Barossa. It puts them out to quite a handy first quarter lead at the moment. As they're in well in control of this game.
I think that was Declan Kennedy.
Declan Kennedy could have been,
33.
yes. Yes, thank you. Happy to be corrected if I'm wrong, which is usually.
Just thought, doesn't look like Tappert. Long hair.
Okay, Barossa now. Willaston now get the ball. They've got the clearance this time. It's a beautiful defensive mark taken. He read that well. So he goes down the outer side. Ash Fry intercepts the ball there, gets the handball over. Willaston with that little kick. That's a good handball off to a player running at goal. He's just offline. No, he's kicked that. That's a beautiful rebound goal for the Donnybrooks. That's just what they needed there, Will.
Trying to figure out who kicked that one. Couldn't quite see.
But yes, so that's what Willaston need to do. They need to intercept and counter-attack to stop Barossa getting that simple, repetitive entry. Ball will come back to the middle now. It's where Willaston can't allow an easy clearance.
Lost his way again.
Barossa, Rizik there, he's able to corral it. Unfortunately loses the footy. That's a beautiful tackle. He was dispossessed. Willaston now looking to move the ball deep on that outer wing. Good intercept mark there for Barossa. They immediately bring the ball back into the corridor, but that's cut off. That's Brodie Cormack. And so we'll have a ball up there. I'm not exactly sure what the umpire was thinking. That's a beautiful tap from Webb. Comes down to Willaston. That's Cozzano again with that quick kick off hands. As you see that little hat kick at goal. Goes through for a minor score, but that's a repeat entry for Willaston. And that takes some of the energy out of Barossa's momentum, doesn't it, Will?
Yeah, definitely. We need it to be locked in our Willaston's forward 50. Just to slow Barossa down. They're really speedy. There's a bit going on behind the ball here. Zone, I think.
Yeah, I think he's a player that Willaston really want to try and unsettle. He's a major driver in what Barossa do, and hasn't had an impact on the game as yet. That's beautiful crumbing work there for Barossa. He dances. That's beautiful hands. They're looking to find the right target. They're being very patient. That kick lets them down though. So that'll be Willaston will get the free kick back in with clinch. He goes quickly and just overcooks the kick to Walton, but he finds a teammate anyway. That's Joel Holloway. He goes inboards. And he's found a teammate in Deacon Davis. They go deep. That's a good diving mark deep in the forward line. That's Nick Lehman. Nick Lehman's new to the team this year. He's a really good forward. He's a known goal kicker. He's the kind of player Willaston need to get going.
Very big kick.
It was perfectly weighted, wasn't it? Lehman coming in now. He's just offline, so another minor score for the Donnybrooks. Tough opportunity from there with this wind at the moment.
Definitely blowing straight back at his face almost, so hard kick.
But another centre clearance where Willaston need... Sorry. This is a transition opportunity for the Bulldogs, and they're doing it beautifully, just running the ball with confidence. Great hands off to a player who kicks towards the goal square, and that's rushed through for a minor score. Probably a let off there for Willaston. I think Barossa had so many opportunities.
That was a clean run. Barossa would have really punished him for that.
They had so many players in their forward half. Definitely had the outnumber. Willaston now coming this near side. That bounces in front of the player. He gets the hands off. Player, that's Earlham. He works around, kicks into the middle of the ground. It's cut off by Barossa. Still fighting for it. He's taken down without the ball, and the umpire was right there, so that's free kick going Willaston's way. That's Joel Holloway. He's starting to come into the contest. That's a good pass. Finds a player. That's a good mark taken.
Max Fraser.
And Max Fraser will have a shot on goal from probably 35 metres out. He's taken the mark, so he'll be kicking from 45, from 40, and the wind will be at his back. He's coming in now. Little starter step. Gets under that. That's not pretty, but I think he might have kicked it. No, it's a minor score. Yeah, it didn't look good off the boot, did it, Will?
No, it just sort of sat up a bit high and off to the left of the goal face, so he's popped that one for a behind. I'll make sure to let him know about it at footy training too.
I'm sure you will. I'd be disappointed if you didn't. As you see, Barossa now to bring the ball back. And Willaston have got to be aware that Barossa want the quick transition.
Every play from the kick out for Barossa has been fast, so something Willaston have to pick up on.
So you shouldn't need the runner to come out and tell you that. You should be aware of it.
This wind is strong now.
That wind really starting to play havoc with some of the kicking, especially going to the left of the screen. Barossa coming in now. And that's a good kick. He's bit that off nicely. They find Mazzone. He bites off a kick into the middle of the ground, but just overcooks it a little bit. One Willaston player on 3 dogs. He wasn't able to stop him. They've got that quick entry again, just through the hands of the leading player there. Good clean up. He's taken the ground though. Umpire's found that. He said it's holding the ball, didn't get rid of it, so Rizik will take a shot from almost point blank range. That's beautiful work from the veteran. Yeah, it's another quick transition. We're just seeing a replay of that constantly.
Straight up the middle.
There's no easier way to do it.
Barossa looking like they're having a lot of fun out here on their big oval. Probably suits their game style to go fast up the gut. So.
It really does. They play at home on a fairly small deck at Williamstown, and they play the middle really well there. They're translating it to this ground really well.
Another one for Rizzy.
Another goal for Rizik. He's getting dangerous up forward. I think they need to find a match-up for him. I actually think Sean Childs would be a great match-up. Speed-wise, they'd be similar. They're both veteran smart. They're cagey.
I think he is going to him now, behind him. So
I
that's
think that's a great match-up because he's also got the aerial ability to stop him and the strength in the hips to be able to
They've
work
got Thomas Downey on him now, so let's see how that rolls.
And a good tap there for Evans. That kick didn't quite work, but Willaston with hands. Shillabeer now. Ball pops up, and there's a mark taken there for the Dogs. That's a horrible kick, but it almost hits Mazzone on the chest. And they mop up nicely here. That's a good kick across. He's put down after he kicks it. So I think the umpire might have found a free kick for him. That's disappointing for Willaston. They thought they had them contained.
Giving Barossa another chance at goal here.
So ball coming in now. And that's too easy. Brady Griffiths unmarked in the end. Takes the simplest of chest marks. He's going to be kicking from 35 metres out maybe, directly into this breeze.
Will be a hard kick at goal.
It won't be easy. This breeze definitely has picked up a lot in the last 15 minutes. So now he looks like he's hit that pretty well. His goal kicking is something that has really improved in 2023, and
looking great
proof
today.
is right there. As we are currently 29 minutes into the first quarter here at Willaston. Currently on the verge, Barossa score. 2 goal for 16 are trailing Barossa Districts. 6 goals, 9, 45. Sorry, 7 goal, 3, 45. Just waiting for the scoreboard to catch up, that's all. But yes, definitely Barossa, as the first quarter comes to the end, that's really tough for the Bulldogs to... They've put together a really good first quarter.
Great, yeah, it was a great first quarter for Barossa. They really took the game on. They took the game on early with their speed, and I'm really finding that Barossa's game style is suiting Willaston's over almost perfectly. They're opening up the middle, they're going straight down for the use of the handball, and then they're kicking goals.
They're kicking goals, but their players are working hard and getting into position. They're breaking away from their opponents and getting into space. That's something that Willaston need to be aware of and need to work to counter.
It will be a hard chase for Willaston now too.
Willaston will be kicking with the wind next quarter. We'll see. I'm not sure exactly how many goals I would say it's worth. It's probably worth 2 to 3 goals. There was no breeze when the opening siren sounded, but now it's definitely picked up to be at least a 3-goal breeze. And Willaston are going to need to use that this quarter to get themselves back in the game. Damien Hertzik is going to be imploring his troops to take the game on and take chances this quarter. But also, when Barossa get the ball, they need to be smart. They can't just expect someone else to do it for them. If your player gets open, it's your responsibility.
Be interesting to see how Willaston roll with the back line, especially with Rizik and Mazzone goes down there too quite often, and Griffiths too. He looks good today, so it'll be interesting to see the new matchups if they change any. I'm expecting a few changes, so it should be just a few minor detail changes, and I'll stick to the same setup.
But there are opportunities there to run off some of those players. Griffith's not a running player, and Rizek is a real veteran, probably doesn't have the legs if a player wants to run off him.
It will be interesting to see Mazzone if he fires up. We know what he can do.
He is an exciting player. I'm looking forward to his style of game through the middle of the Willaston Oval. Once he starts getting the ball, will be exciting to watch.
Great.
As we've got a really good crowd built up here at Willaston. There's still room for more if you're at home and you're not sure what to do this afternoon. Come on down, it's beautiful weather. You get to watch some great football, and the atmosphere here is just starting to buzz. I think Willaston will bounce back this quarter. The wind will help them, and they'll get some of their good ball users through the middle. They need to start getting the ball into Ash Fry's hand, kicking with the wind. That's where he can be really dangerous. He's
Definitely.
got a long kick. If they can start getting him the ball in the middle to distribute, he'll be putting it right to the top of the square.
Definitely Willaston's forwards. They just need one crack at it. Just give them a crack and they'll work with it. Needs Will Hunter, he'll fire up if the clearance work gets done.
That's right. They need to find a solution. Webb has been on top in the ruck. Evans is working his guts out, but Webb's just that much bigger and keeps getting his hand to it. But you can play to that.
Definitely.
You can play shutdown footy. Be interesting to see what Willaston choose to do. It'd be good if we could put a headset on Craig Dorr down at the coach's box during the second quarter. He owes us something. But beautiful day, and Willaston have done well today. Good win in the under-17s.
It's a great win for us, yeah.
Good win in the reserves. Under 5th Willaston as well.
I think 100 points too.
Good, a sweep going Willaston's way at this stage. So Willaston looking to complete the sweep, but they are going to need to find something special here in the second, third and fourth quarters if they want to nullify this Barossa team, which is really playing some exciting footy. I think it's some of the best football I've seen outside of South Gawler is what I'm seeing from Barossa today with their quick, decisive ball movement.
South Gawler are definitely a force to be reckoned with, but Barossa look great, and South Gawler, I think they're better on smaller ovals. South is a very
I think South is suited to just about anything. They've got such a good variety of players. Last week I had their game, and I believe that half of their players could push for a spot in a league squad. And Barossa have been improving every game since the start of the year. This is the third time I've seen them this year, and they've gotten better every time.
Yeah, Barossa look really, really good. They put up a lot of big scores, so hopefully today's the same. Umpires ready to get underway. Let's get the second quarter. Siren goes, let's go.
Ball up. As Evans gets his hand to that one, but Shillabeer playing as a rover. Push the ball forward, cleans up a player. You know you're in trouble if you're a midfielder and you've got Shillabeer standing opposite you. 6'6" of absolute beef. Barossa now with the quick inside kick. That's well defended down there.
Max Fraser, good cut off.
He's back in defence now, so that's a better kick than his shot on goal down that end earlier. He's found Holloway. Player's calling for it long, but he's kicking into the breeze. He best lower his eyes a bit here, which he does. Plays on. He's found a player in the middle of the ground. That kick pops up. Wind holds it, but that works for Earlham. The alpha, he's got it, and he goes. That kick, not his best, but Barossa are going to be able to clean up here. They've got three players on one. That kick going down the boundary wing. Griffiths was in front of it. He couldn't mark it. He had the sun in his eyes. Ball gets out over the back. Rizik's in front. He's taking the chest mark.
Great lead from Rizik there too.
Just smart. He timed that well. So he's got the wind behind him here. He's a big kick of the football anyway. He'll back himself to kick this. This is definitely well within his capabilities. Coming in now. Hits that flush, drifts to the left. So a minor score. And it's the first score of the second quarter going Barossa's way. Willaston then bringing the ball back in now. Ash Fry's got it in hand. He's looking for a lead. Decides to go short. Hits that target. So they'll go short again down that outer side. Just trying to slow things up and control the play. Ball comes back now, finds Fry again. He's 20 metres advanced on where he was when he had the kick in. He goes back in the direction from whence it came. And that didn't quite come off. So that ball will trickle over the boundary line. Boundary throw in almost on the 50-metre mark in Barossa's forward line. Sorry, in Willaston's forward line. No, my mistake. It's Barossa's forward line. That's Webb with the work of the ruck. He gets the handball off. Quick kick in. That's well defended, but Barossa player kicked the ball out of the air, hits the post. So another minor score for the Bulldogs. Barossa bringing it in. Sorry, Willaston bringing it in. Now they bite off through the up to the flank. It's Cozzano again. He's been busy.
Great start for Cozzano.
Sorry, that was Kobe Wilson, my mistake. Similar haircut. And Barossa, beautiful intercept mark there across halfback. They go forward. That clears that contest. The zone was there. He couldn't pick it up. Willaston trying to clear. He's wrapped up. So he'll have a ball up just inside the 50 in Barossa's forward half.
Willaston backline under a lot of pressure lately.
Yes. Free kick paid. We see Brady Griffiths now going back. He'll be taking probably his third shot on goal for the day. Really starting to deliver as a forward. Came to the team as a ruckman, but is better suited in this forward role. Got right up and under that. And that's gone through for another minor score. Peppering with points at the moment. That'll take them on to 7-10 on the Birds Barossa scoreboard, leading Willaston 2-4. Bulldogs now moving the ball back into their forward line. That's a big, long running shot on goal. And he's drilled that from outside the 50. That was the big ruckman, Lachlan Webb. He's really looking good so far today.
Been very impressive. Winning most hit-outs too.
A lot of hit-outs, but he's also backing up his work at ground level, getting a lot of handballs. And that, for a big man to take the ball in stride and run through and kick a goal like that is very impressive. He's been a really handy asset for the Dogs this year. Allows Griffiths to play as a pure forward. See the ball back in the middle now where Webb will try and control things once again. And he gets that tip, but no one's able to... Oh, he actually follows up his own work, just as I was talking about. But Michael Pinch read that beautifully, half back, as he always does. He's kicked to the outer side, finds a teammate on the bounce. He's taken over the boundary line, so we'll have a boundary throw in almost at half forward for Barossa. That's a big, strong tackle there. There's no way he was getting out of that. We'll have a ball up almost on centre wing. Barossa with a clip, tap down and quick kick out of the contest. Floats over the back. Shillabeer's too big, too strong, but he's also agile, and he gets that beautiful left foot snapshot. That's when he starts kicking goals like that, you know you're in trouble.
Definitely, yeah. You don't want a guy like him to get out of control.
Didn't need to take the mark on that occasion, just read the ball better than everyone else. Yes, he's very good when the ball hits the deck, despite his size. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand when they first see him, is that his ability to win the ball at ground level is superior to every other big forward that we've got in the competition. Back in the middle now, umpire Nowak. He bowls it up. The zone was being manhandled off the contest, and the umpire off the play has seen that and given him a free kick. That ball drives forward. It ends up with Rizek. He's looking to turn his play around. He does just that. Puts it.
Fantastic leg.
That's a beautiful pass. Really well weighted. He's found Shillabeer on a tight angle. The big fella was looking to pass that off momentarily. Then he thought better of it. Thought, oh, I'm here to kick goals. Let's just do that. Barossa really starting to look ominous now. Firepower coming to the fore. Big guns, Rizek and Shillabeer getting their hands on the footy. That's a pretty good kick. It's just offline though. It's another minor score. Imagine if they were kicking straight at here.
Be a pretty messy score, that's for sure.
But they're generating a lot of opportunities. I think that's what will be making Eric Kells happy. They're playing their style of footy and doing it on their terms. Willaston now bringing the ball back. It's a bit sloppy. Barossa now with another entry. That's picked up. The umpire's said it's out of bounds, so we'll have a boundary throw in deep in the forward lines for Barossa. Willaston defenders still no respite. Neither ruckman able to really impact that. Willaston get the clearance. Barossa are at the fall of this ball again. I see another free kick going Barossa's way. They're definitely getting first to the ball and creating these opportunities by forcing Willaston to give free kicks away.
Umpires rewarding them. First to the ball effort.
And that's something that's often underrated in footy, is the ability to be first to the ball and force the umpires to pay a decision.
Rizek here again.
He's really starting to have an impact on this contest. And he is having the influence that Josh Waldhuder needs to have for Willaston.
He's definitely enraged on this kick.
Yes, with the wind behind him, he goes back and he is just offline. He's following the trend of the rest of the teams. I think they're trying not to make each other look bad now. If someone starts kicking straight, they'll make the rest look bad.
9 goal, waiting for the scoreboard to be updated, but it is definitely not what Barossa are
Calculator
looking for.
ticking over in the scoreboard here at Willaston.
Definitely. 9 goal 12 to 2-goal force. So
On the Barossa scoreboard.
Willaston needing to fight back soon before Barossa take this
And
game away.
Barossa with a good intercept there. Force a boundary throw in deep in their forward line. That's as good as a mark at this stage. They're just hamming the ball in their forward 50.
That's all it takes too. Another opportunity here.
Another kick around the corner and another minor score for Barossa. They are just hammering the goal front. It's not raining goals, it's drizzling points here at Willaston. And weather-wise, fitness-wise, what do you think Willaston will be like in the second half in these warm conditions, Will?
Well, I'm hoping that we'll keep going the way we are, but we're also being a lot younger team. We've seen their speed. We know they can run through the middle, and they continue to do it almost every time.
This ball being brought out to the near wing and that's spoiled over the line. So the boundary throw in front of the change rooms here at Willaston.
I'd like to think Willaston are fit enough to go with them the whole game.
Did you do most of the pre-season here or down at Elizabeth?
I was at Elizabeth for most of the pre-season and then joined a bit later on before the start of the year.
That's good hand control there. Holloway now evades trouble, gets the hand back, and that's a big hit.
Nice hit there.
Player bounced up very quickly from that. He's okay. That's with another big kick around the board. They find Rizek on the run. He's got a chip kick in. Well defended. Willaston by hands now.
Willaston defence under a lot of pressure at the moment.
And Barossa are able to cut that off to the groans of the Willaston crowd. Got this ball out on the outer wing now. Willaston now bring it inboards. That handball put his teammate under pressure. He wasn't able to get rid of it. So the free kick going Barossa's way. And that's Rizek with a really big, strong mark in the middle of the ground. For the old boy to get up off the ground like that takes a lot of effort. That's a really good effort there. Kicks the ball around the corner.
I think that was Cooper Pyman sneaking that one
Cooper
through.
Pyman with a goal. Barossa just moving the ball where their Griffiths able to pick it up. He's just got great agility for a guy his size. And he's a young player who just keeps improving and developing new things to his game.
Exciting for Barossa.
Barossa definitely, I think they are the smoky in the BLG. Newry and South, everyone expects to be up there, but I think Barossa will have their say on who plays in the grand final this year. Yes, Barossa cannot be discounted when you're looking at your predictions for finals. As Shillaby now, the big man with a big kick deep into the 50. As Mazzone is taken down before the ball gets there. That's Walton giving away another free kick to him in front of goal. I think that may not need to be a match-up that's looked at because that's two that he's given away that will lead to a certain goal. And he'll be unhappy with himself.
Most definitely, yeah.
I'll remind him about that after the game. The zone now, we're almost directly behind him as he's about to come in for this. A big flowing mullet.
I'm liking that haircut.
Really?
I don't mind it.
It's a very nice kick.
Very
He
straight
kicks
kick.
truly. I don't get the mullet thing, it's just...
They're
I'm
not.
sorry.
I couldn't have one personally, but I do admire a nice one. That's for sure. And that one
There
is
is
a
no
ripper.
such thing.
You don't reckon?
No.
I like that one's a ripper. I'll give him that.
It is a pretty fierce mullet, I will give it that. You've got to be able to play well to back it up though, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
definitely. I wouldn't don one myself.
I think you're selling yourself short there.
Willaston desperately needs something here from the clearance.
They need to get the ball forward just to stop Barossa from continuing this. As Waldhuter collected that ball coming forward, but that's a gutsy mark taken going back with the flight there. That was Rowan Nelson. He's been in great form this year. It's a beautifully weighted kick. He found Alex Arthur. Arthur goes deep. He's got Rizik in the pocket. It was a late collect that he took around the face. He's just calming himself down. And he's been paid a 25-metre penalty as well for that late hit.
This puts him, could
Definitely
be in range.
within range
Yeah.
for him. And would be his 5th shot on goal. He's definitely got a lot of points.
Looks to centre it.
That's
Ooh,
a
big
beautiful
fly.
pass.
Nice fly.
What a grab. We're going to look at that on the replay right now. Yes, that was definitely a beautiful mark.
Lucky there for Willaston in current play.
Another minor score for Barossa. Lucky for Willaston, but their defence is still having to work overtime,
Under
burning
immense,
energy tickets
immense
constantly.
pressure down
They're
here.
getting no relief at all. Ball comes back into the middle for 30 seconds, and suddenly it's coming back at them. Willaston now moving the ball down the outer side. It's another mark taken. This is where they're breaking down though, from here.
In the middle of we're at centre wing now.
And they've found a player on the outer side.
From centre wing onwards, Willaston break down. That's where Barossa really take control. Their half-backs are really making a huge impact.
The likes of Rowan Nelson, who's a great intercept mark. Now they get the ball. See the ball deep in Willaston's forward line. That handball back leads to a shot almost on goal, but Rizik is back there. He's doing it all at both ends now. He's got Shillabir out here in the pocket. He goes short to a leading player.
Nice to have some play
That
in
is
front
beautiful
of us.
run.
Finally some play in front of us, which is nice.
There we go, and they've got another player deep. He kicks the ball around the corner. That bounce evaded his teammate in the zone. Willaston able to clean it. They've found Childs at half-back. Now they're going across the ground. Got a player in the middle. That's clean. They're trying to move the ball quickly to hit back in the same style that Barossa would have been using. And there's Rizik though at half-back. He's chopped that off and sending it back. This is the problem. Barossa now moving the ball. He takes a bounce. He's got a kick. He's running out the goals.
Ooh.
And slams that into the post.
Unlucky for Dew there. Nice bounce,
Unlucky
nice
for
run.
Brendan Dew, but look at that transition. Barossa moved the ball downfield. Willaston brought it back, but Barossa straight away did not take a breath. They just kept running the footy.
Haven't taken the foot off the pedals at all.
They're just relentless. See the ball now, Barossa, another flying shot on goal. That bounces, and I think it's bounced truly. That's another goal to the Bulldogs. Everything going their way. That bounce could have gone anywhere. The oval-shaped ball did them some favours.
Not good for Willaston. Willaston
Real
midfielders.
panic stations for the Donnybrooks now. They are in big, big trouble. Currently on the Booth Barossa scoreboard, Barossa District 11 goal, 15, 78. Playing Willaston 2 goal, 4, 16. Really starting to get out of hand. We're still in the second quarter, mind you. Currently nearly 21 minutes gone in the second quarter. Ball back in the middle. And another clearance for the Dogs. Griffiths couldn't get his hands to that one. Willaston able to send it back the other way. Over the boundaries. We'll have a boundary throw in on the outer side. But Barossa still just pushing forward at all costs. Lee Rizek, a veteran of over 200 league games with North Adelaide and a lot of games here at Barossa District as well. His ability to push back into the back line as he has in the last 10 minutes and cut off a couple of goals, he is really giving everything for the Dogs at the moment.
He's a great utility player, isn't he?
Just so classy. We'll have a ball in on the outer side, almost on directly centre wing. Barossa now. They're looking for a target across half forward. A small kick didn't quite make it, but they've got players picking the ball up and running again. Everything seems to be going their way.
Willaston backline barely holding on here.
That's a great defensive mark. Finds a player right out on the boundary. It's a low kick. Beautifully taken by Earlham on that occasion. Sorry, by Zach Henschke. I don't want to undersell Earlham as being that light.
Moving quick.
Good bounce
This
there.
is Earlham here.
Earlham
Post.
trying to take the responsibility himself, but hits the post halfway up the padding. But that was better from Willaston. That was courageous. They took the game on.
That's what they need to start doing. They need to get it back on their terms.
Yes, and that gives their backline a little bit of respite as well.
Much needed.
This bouncing ball now under control. He collects the Barossa player's leg with his head, and Ash Fry gets cleaned up. He's a bit sore after that, the old boy, the ginger man.
Socks up operation too. I don't mind that.
He's a socks up operator. He is a professional. At his age, you've got to keep those calves warm.
I don't mind that. I'm liking that. That might have to be a next game sort of job for me.
Connolly now trying to claim that ball. He's wrapped up by Arthur in a strong tackle. That's one thing that the young players from Barossa do well. They don't just run, they tackle strongly.
They're pretty well rounded, this Barossa outfit.
Yes. They're very well coached by Eric Kells. Umpire Nowak to ball it up. It was Evans that time with the tap. No, it was Big Max Fraser. Yes, I think there is only one player out there in the field with their socks up, and that is Ash Fry.
He's definitely standing out, the pink socks.
There's Sam Walt comes up as the third man in the ruck, knocks the ball forward. That ball is smothered, bounces over the line, so we'll have a boundary throw in Willaston's forward line. This is where Willaston are going to need to force some sort of a result.
They need to score here.
Yes. Earlham is on the defensive side of the contest. That's a beautiful tackle from Earlham. Barossa player was able to half get a kick away. It was a half a throw. Beautiful take there from Fraser. Good kick into the middle. He's got Childs. Childs tries to back out of that tackle. He's got Clinch in support. Clinch gets wrapped up. Got the handball away, but Mazzone has stolen it. That's a running shot on goal. And that's a goal to the Dogs. That's how quickly Barossa can hurt you on the turnaround. Willaston looked like they were going to force a goal. And suddenly Mazzone is putting it through the big sticks at the other end. The flying mullet that you're so enamoured with.
I am impressed. It is nice. I'd like to see it up a bit closer. I feel like he might have shaved it before today's game, maybe, hopefully.
If you ask nicely, he might let you touch it.
Not after a game of footy. You wouldn't want to be touching a long mullet like that. Willaston must fight back here.
They must. They need to get the ball into their forward line and actually create something. They've only scored 2 goals in almost half of footy. They would be really disappointed with that.
Another clearance coming the way of Barossa. They're just going deep now.
And it's a beautiful mark taken back there in defence for Willaston. That was Dylan Jones. Willaston may need to start using the corridor instead of that outer boundary.
They're getting caught out there, definitely.
They're getting lost out there, which a lot of opposition teams get lost out here at Willaston. Barossa are playing it really well and not letting Willaston use that. So maybe they need to take a leaf out of Barossa's book and use some speed through the corridor.
Very exciting football Barossa are playing.
Absolutely. They are the second best team I've seen play this year, the way they're playing today. And Willaston are just trying to claw on and hold on at this stage.
Balls with Fraser. Kicks to the line.
Barossa players there to spoil, bring it to ground. Have a ball up almost on half forward for Barossa.
Taking a while to get up over there.
I'd be pretty tired and I'd be taking my time too. Ball knocked forward for Willaston. Good strong tackle there. The umpire says we'll ball it up again. And that's Mazzone was at the bottom of the pack there again. Really starting to get his hands on the footy now. That doesn't bode well for Willaston at all. The team really able to get a clean ball from that stoppage. So we'll have a repeat ball up. Almost in the same position. Webb able to get his hands, gets it out into the open.
Here come Barossa again.
Barossa through the hands of Shillabir. But they've got players at ground level who are fighting hard. As the siren goes to end the first half here at Willaston, score currently on the Birds Barossa scoreboard. Barossa District taking this game away from the home side, 13 goal, 15-91, leading Willaston a disappointing 2 goal, 4-16. What do you make of that first half, Will?
I make that Barossa are moving. Their ball movement has been extremely elite. They're going straight up the guts. They're not messing around with it. They're using their handball. They're using their speed, and it's obviously evident they've come to play today.
It's been absolutely delicious. I'm really enjoying this. It's been some of the best football I've seen all year. Crisp, they're aggressive, they're willing to take it on at any opportunity. It's like that's the instruction, no matter what the opposition have in front of you, take the game on.
Yeah, they're definitely keen to use the corridor, and it's really exciting. It's good, and they're obviously hitting the scoreboard too. It hurts as a Willaston supporter. It
does, but imagine if they were kicking straight. Currently they've got 13 goal, 18.
It's Willaston outfit.
Sorry, 13-13.
I'll go into the change rooms and hate to be a fly on the wall.
It would not be a pretty spot to be, and I'm glad we're stuck out here.
Some big changes ahead, maybe.
Barossa, as we alluded to before the game, they have a lot of youth and a lot of speed. The way they use that, they back the kids in. They're not just going through Rizik, Shillabir, Mazzone. They are letting the kids play.
I'm really impressed with Brady Griffiths today. Although his scoreboard pressure's been great, but that big fly he took down here right in front of us, and then he's been really vital.
He brings the ball to
Barossa.
ground, even if he doesn't get it in his hands. It's coming down to his team's advantage.
He's been good
for a young
Barossa.
forward, that is a really big skill to learn. If you're not going to mark it, don't get beat.
But Lee Riswick, absolutely carving.
Yes, Rizik probably close to the best player on ground at this stage. He's done it deep in the forward line. He's done it deep in defence. He's just so good, so strong, and his hands are sublime. Gets his hands to the footy, but then he's got agility to turn and burn. Doesn't matter who he's on.
An informed Rizik for Barossa is very, very important.
He is probably the most important player in their team. Mazzone will get a lot of the attention because he's flashy, but Rizik is the man who gets things done.
Shillabeer is a good partner for him too.
He and Shillabeer up forward are a great tag team because last week between them, I think they kicked 11 goals.
Yeah, see.
And they're able to do that any week against any opposition. They're just so good. But Shillabeer playing as a midfielder at times in that second quarter really probably caught Willaston off guard a bit with his size. I don't think they had a match-up for him in there.
Lachlan Webb's been good for Barossa too.
Webb has been
fantastic.
Excellent. He's controlled the hit-outs today, and not only getting his hand to the ball there, but he backs up on the ground. He had a great running goal going through centre-half forward, which for a player his size was impressive, but he's got good hands and good ball use by foot, which I think he's something that Willaston don't have an answer for.
Yeah, definitely. I feel, although when he's not winning the clearance, he's around the ground, and it's kind of a bit frustrating to watch because whether he's kicking a goal or he's in the ruck or then he comes back to half back to help out too. So
we've seen nothing of Josh Waldhooter today. He's a player who needs to start getting his hands on the footy for Willaston at this stage.
Willaston will need to access him, and then once they access him, then our forwards should get to work, hopefully. That is if we can win a clearance. So we need to win a clearance first.
He's the player you want at the stoppages, though. If he can at least get in there and put his body in between some players, he'll create an opportunity for the likes of Earlham to get the clearance.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't back off.
He's a big ball, and the stoppages are a china shop to him. They need him to start impacting the game. If not, they've got to find someone else. Sam Walton has given away a couple of free kicks deep in defence. Perhaps put him in the middle for a couple of minutes just to use a bit of savvy around the stoppage. Even if it's just, he's got the brains to be able to stand in front of someone, lay a shepherd.
Get involved that way. Willaston's defence, the half-time is definitely needed. They deserve a good rest.
They
have been under the pump.
They would be lying down in the change rooms at the moment, just thanking their lucky stars that they've got a break.
They haven't had one since the first siren, so it's been non-stop. Hopefully, Willaston's can just slow down Barossa's midfield, but unfortunately,
but there's just no signs of that red, white, and blue fight abating.
It's been a bit insane, but it's great to watch. And if you're a viewer at home and here,
the Willaston fans, I think, are a little bit shocked and a little bit disappointed, but they're still here. They're still in full voice.
I don't think they'll give up either.
There's plenty of Barossa fans in attendance. They're pretty happy.
Yeah, Barossa's ball use through the middle is probably second to none. I reckon it could match South. It could match South's.
It could, and I did see these two teams play earlier in the year, but Barossa were well undermanned and hadn't hit their straps yet.
Yeah.
Barossa have warmed into the season, and they did the same thing last year. They were okay in the first couple of rounds, but they became an elite team by mid-season.
Yeah.
And that's where they're at now. I'm looking forward to seeing Barossa take on South at South Gawler in the second half of the year.
It should be great. It'd be a great hit out, definitely the match of the round.
It'll be the second game of the next round, and that will be great. I'm hoping we're calling that game. I'm not sure what the schedule is at this stage, but that's a game that everyone should try to get to South Gawler to watch that game. Who are your better players for Willaston at this stage? Will?
This stage of the game, I'm just saying Willaston's defence. Although they've been under the pump, a lot of it's not really their fault. It's mostly just breakdown. It's hard. So I reckon I'm liking Michael Clinch's work. However, he's had a bit of a tough run. I'm liking It's kind of hard to pick because Barossa have had a lot of the football.
Yes.
And it's easy we can talk about Barossa for the next 10 minutes, but I'm liking, Sean Childs has been good. He's ever reliable though, taking kickouts.
I've been impressed with young Max Fraser. Missed a goal with a horrible kick earlier, but he's come and done some ruck work and got his hands to the foot. He's done some good work in defence. I think he's a young player who's put his hand up and said, not on my watch.
Yeah, he actually is. He helps out our under-17s group too, so
yes.
He's really handy off the field, and he's been good today.
Cozzano's put his hand up at times, and he's definitely gotten some hard footy, but there's been too few players going with them. Too few players have said, I'm going to help. And Willaston have been passive.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that Damon Hertzig will be letting them know is that, hang on, we're a good football team too. We're not here to watch.
Definitely. I feel like they've been a bit caught off guard. I mean, Barossa, since the ball went up, first bounce, it was a straight away foot on the pedal. So it might have caught them off guard, but I mean, chasing a lead like this is definitely hard. I don't reckon Barossa will slow down in the second half.
No, they won't. Barossa will want to really send a message in this second half that they are not just a good team, they are a team that can bury a finals aspirant.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's good to bury a team at the bottom of the ladder, but Willaston are a team that want to play finals and don't just want to play a minor final.
Yeah,
they want to play prelims
too.
and grand finals.
Yeah, we've been pretty good this year, but today it's been unexpected. It's taken me by surprise, that's for sure. But
if Barossa can continue this route, then that will send a message to the rest of the competition, to the Nearies, to the Souths, that Barossa are the real deal, and it's also going to send a message to Barossa's players that they are in the hunt. And that's something that, with a young team, that's invaluable.
Yeah, I think the way Barossa have been playing, they are definitely the real deal.
Because confidence in a young team is a scary thing to have.
If you look at their list, I mean, Brendan Dew, he's been really good today. He's been a bit unlucky in the front of goal, but, I mean, he took a few bounces on the other side. That was handy for them. Tappett's been good. Rowan Nelson off half-back.
Rowan Nelson's
he's been really
having
handy.
A great season. I think he's one of the form half-backs of the competition. I saw him at Kapunda early in the year when he took about 19 marks in slippery conditions.
Yeah.
And just reads the play beautifully, uses the ball well.
This big oval is kind of suiting him today. He can just sort of read the play, and I've watched him drop in and out.
We've seen Ryan Sibic take a great mark and have a shot on goal in his debut game.
Yeah.
That's been exciting.
Hopefully hopefully he starts to fire up. That'd be really good to watch the debutant get involved.
That would be good. Then the young player in Hudson Roberts who debuted a month ago, he's an exciting prospect as well.
Yeah.
There's some young talent in this Barossa team that is starting to rise to the top.
Josh Davies been good today too.
Yes, definitely.
Right at the bottom of my list, wearing number 61, but
it's a strange number.
It is.
Not one you see very often.
When he kicked that first goal, I was sort of looking around, and he's right at the bottom. I'm like, oh, sorry, Josh.
But yes, definitely there's a lot of talent in this Barossa team, and this year they are starting to bring it together.
Young talent. So we'll see the next 3 years could be a Barossa's
But they're
era.
exciting.
Yes.
They're not just a good team that you expect to go out and be clinical. The way they take the game on just gives you chills.
They're not afraid. They're not afraid to make a mistake.
There is no fear out there at all. And that is one of the advantages of youth, is that they're not scared.
Yeah.
Whereas older players are often thinking, what if I make a mistake?
Well,
these Barossa players have been, their coach Eric Kells has clearly backed them in. Take it on. If you make a mistake, it's okay. At least you're making a mistake on our terms.
Yeah, I think they've been really handy, but they fumble there, and like any football team, they fumble, they mess their handball up, but their pressure's been really good. So hopefully Willaston can answer. I mean, here they come now, Barossa, but
Barossa
2-5.
Coming back out.
It's not good enough. 2-5.
Their heads are up. They look like they're ready to go. I think that we're in for an interesting second half. From a neutral point of view, if I was a Willaston supporter, I'd be a little bit worried about what's about to happen.
Yes, I'm a bit stressed, but hopefully Damien Herzik can get us involved and get us revved up.
I was under pressure to say some nice things about Willaston today from a couple of the supporters to our left, but unfortunately they haven't given me a lot to talk about.
No. Like I said, going through their list, no one's really stood out yet.
No. we are hoping that they can find a spark in this second half, and Damien Herzig will be looking for something, even if they may not win the game, but they've got to find something to take out of this game as a positive.
Yeah, they need to find positives. Like any loss, you need to find a positive, but I think kicking 2-5 at halftime is probably a big negative to their 13-goal 13.
They've got an entire half of football where they can develop something that they can take out of this game.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking now, if Barossa are kicking straight, if they're 13-goal 13, it could be a whole different story.
It could be a very different story, but again, Willaston at times have missed some opportunities that they should have kicked.
Yeah.
So they could easily be 4-goal 3. And that would look a little bit better than they are now. Not a lot, but a little bit. As you see, the umpires making their way out to the ground. Willaston yet to come out of the change rooms. I'm sure Damien Herzig is really hammering home a message at the moment.
Much needed too.
And I'm sure the players are hanging on every word.
Still waiting for him to come out. They shouldn't be much longer.
I'm sure he would have been reasonably controlled. He's an experienced coach. I don't think he would have lost his medal. I've seen I've been in change rooms where magnet boards have been thrown, and you've got to try and collect all the magnets
and
before
pick them all up
you go back out into
on.
the second half. But I don't think that will have happened here. He's professional.
Yeah.
And he's got professional people around him. I think they will have been measured in their approach, and I think they will have a plan, and they will come out looking to execute.
Sometimes there's no point in yelling. You've got to have the plan and execute the plan properly.
The old-fashioned bake isn't really a thing anymore.
No.
The good coaches will talk quietly and force their players to pay attention to them and hear the message rather than scream at them.
I haven't had a good bake in a long time. It's probably good, hey?
If you make a mistake in the second half, post-game, it's a chance.
Still waiting for him. They shouldn't be too much longer. Barossa,
they're taking their time. Yeah, Barossa are out there warming up.
They're warmed up. They're ready to go.
They're chomping in the bit.
They're not finished yet.
I think Willaston just making sure that their preparation is right, that the message is there. They're in no hurry to get out there. They shouldn't be. They've got every right to stay in the change rooms and use their time to talk and look at each other in the eye and say, who's it going to be? Is it you? Is it you? Or am I going to be the one to lead the way?
Then gives their defence a bit of a rest too.
Yes. But this is the time where players need to look at each other and at themselves and work out who is going to be the one to make a difference.
So the temperature's dropped, I think.
It has dropped a couple of degrees. The wind probably has dropped off a fraction, but we've seen it be inconsistent.
I mean, in my game, it was quite hot out there. I was very hot. I think I'm a bit sunburnt too. I feel a bit sunburnt, but the A grade is a bit lucky. The nice overcast is set in now.
Yeah, there's a little bit of shade come over the ground now, some cloud cover. Definitely going to be a cooler second half for the players.
Though we're nice and tucked away here.
We're in a great... Willaston have got a great setup here for us to do commentary from. It is one of my favourite places to call games.
Yeah.
They really do look after us here at Willaston. They're a good footy club, and there's some great people, especially Leroy Mingy at the bar behind us. He's a great human being. I love coming here and seeing him.
Yeah, I'm very proud to be from the Willaston Footy Club.
I enjoy coming here. There's a lot of really good people at the Willaston Footy Club. Some classy people. To our left, you've got Nobby Symes, former BLG president. He's here in his usual position. He's proud. He's a loyal Donnybrook. He loves the club. He's here every week. But yes, we've got a lot of people, looks like the Willaston women's team waiting for the players to come out. They're going to give them a cheer as they come out. That's good to see.
We're tight-knit here at Willaston.
Very tight-knit.
Everyone's family.
The women's program at Willaston is elite. They do it better than anyone else in the competition. Josh Waldhuter leading the team out. That's what we want to see.
Here they come.
He's the player I want to see put his hand up and go, I'm going to carry you boys. They're out now. They're going to huddle up just before they cross the line. There's a lot of unity, you can see. Here they come. In the pink Guernsey for the Pink Day here at Willaston. They're raising money for breast cancer, and it's a great cause. Great work from the footy club to do it. pink socks, the pink Guernseys,
Looks good too. I
pink
reckon.
shirts.
Yeah, we got pink shirts, pink
A
stubby
lot of
holders.
pink merchandise here today.
Yeah.
I nearly bought one of the stubby holders earlier. I might still before the day's out. I've bought
Yeah.
some of the raffle tickets.
Good. Yeah, no, it's definitely a good cause,
And if you are at home, even if you're not a huge football fan, if you want to be part of the community, come down here, buy some of the raffle tickets for the Pink Day raffle. You're supporting not the Willaston Footy Club, but you're supporting breast cancer
Yeah.
research. This is for the people in your life. You may know someone and you've been touched by cancer. It's a horrible disease. Everyone knows someone who's been through it. Some have survived, and unfortunately so many haven't. I've been affected by it in my life, and we need a lot of people to get behind it. So come down here, come to the canteen. There's $5 for 3 tickets, and just spend $5 in your local community. That's all we're asking. Please come down here to the Oval here at Willaston. I don't think they'll charge you to get in the second half. Just say you want to come in and buy some raffle tickets. Do that, and then you can go home and know that you've done something for your community. The players are out there just casually warming up. There's not a lot of heat in what they're doing at the moment. They're pretty relaxed. Barossa are just taking it easy down their end.
getting a few kicks in. It's good to see. And Willaston are just getting the stretch going, ticking the legs over again.
Yes.
Hopefully a lot better in this second half.
Yes, definitely. They're hoping for a massive improvement in this second half. But it is going to take a big effort from the Willaston boys. Really looking for... I'm keen to see the adjustments that they will make
Yeah.
to their structure. I want to know what they're going to do behind the ball to try and slow that momentum that Barossa have got.
It's been really good momentum too. They're just not giving up. They're pretty relentless. It means they're fit too. So, yeah, I hope our halfbacks get a bit of a rest because our on-ballers need to lift.
You need to start playing defence basically from the ruckman to the midfielders. They've got to go one-on-one and say, right, we're just shutting this down. Even if it's repeat ball-ups, that's a win.
And slow it down. Shouldn't be too much longer.
Shouldn't be too much longer. Umpires are out in the middle of the ground waiting. They've got the ball out there. They're ready to go. We're ready to go. The crowd's getting anxious. They're ready. It's going to be a big second half of footy here from Willaston Oval. See a few of your Central District's junior teammates off to the right there.
Cameron Nan and Jaden Passon. They're both in our Central District 16s.
Couple of real young guns from the Willaston Footy Club.
Well, we're almost ready.
Willaston players starting to head to their positions now. Willaston will be kicking to the right of screen this quarter. So they've got that breeze. It has dropped off.
It's dropped pretty much.
They'll be disappointed
yeah.
about that. That's going to hurt them.
The flags have definitely died. I mean, halfway through that second quarter, they were almost full
Almost level. That full stretch. But they're almost impotent now. Probably a lot like we've seen from Willaston in that first half. But
Yeah.
let's hope that has been an
Well,
error.
I've got
Just a
my
blip.
fingers crossed, so hopefully my faithful can really kick into gear.
As the siren goes to start the second half here in your match of the day live from Willaston. Ball up. Lee Rizek gets bundled out of that. As Barossa move the ball forward quickly, they get the first clearance. That ball comes back. Mazzone is ripped off the footy. Willaston player is wrapped up. That was Deacon Davis. He grabbed the ball. He wasn't giving it up for anything. Repeat ball up. Willaston fighting hard here. This is what we wanted to see. Not letting the ball out from the stoppage. They're trying to shut it down one-on-one. It's a good tap in Willaston's favour, but Rizek was behind the ball. He got a quick pick.
Nice punch from Dylan Jones there, just on Shillabeer.
That's a good handball out of defence, into space. Unfortunately, that tap rebounds straight back against him. Barossa with a quick kick back, finds Griffiths, he's wrapped up immediately, and Willaston now clearing the footy. It's a good pick up. That handball off to a running player. He's got to earl him. That's a beautiful mark. This is better from the Donnybrook.
Here we go. This is Donnybrook.
This is what they needed to do.
That's
a beautiful weighted kick and a great mark behind. He strolls into an open goal, and that gets the crowd up and about here at Willaston. That's Nick Lehman. That's what we want to see. And Nobby Symes is leading the chorus. They're really pleased with that. That was beautiful work.
Yeah,
right
much
from defence.
better. Much better. They just took the game on like Barossa have in the first half, and they used the handball link up.
But it was the unwillingness to let the ball out from the stoppage until it was on their terms.
That's what we need to see from Willaston.
And that is the true Donnybrook spirit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a fighting spirit.
Yeah, we're taught to fight.
They will not lie down this half. That spirit will come to the fore. Ball back to the middle now. Willaston need to back that up. It can't be a one-off.
That should set the tone, that first goal.
Good tap for Willaston there. Barossa able to grab that. He's tackled. And that ball intercepted there. That's well done. He's taken down in a tackle. Barossa able to pick it up. And they're off. That chip kick comes out here to the wing. He finds Arthur, but it's intercepted. This is better from Willaston. That's a good kick into the middle. He finds a player.
Kobe Wilson.
Kobe Wilson. He drives the ball long into the forward line. That ball well juggled and collected there. Barossa looking to clear. They're going down that outer side. That's Sean Childs with the intercept mark. From behind. He's got to settle things down now a little bit. He's got a leading target and he's found big Waldhooter. Josh Waldhooter. We wanted him to make an impact. This is what we were after. He's going to be kicking from 45. That's well within his capability. The wind is behind his back, if anything. The big ball, here he comes. Gets onto that. Distance isn't a problem.
That is
accuracy isn't a problem. 2 straight for Willaston. That's the comeback. That's the fight we wanted to see, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. That's a nice big kick too. Very accurate for a big kick. Usually the big ones are a bit off to the
that was
side.
Beautiful.
That was a nice leg.
And Sean Childs had the presence of mind to slow the ball down. It had been hectic until that. If he just blazed away, it could have been a quick turnover.
The veteran, he does know what
he's
doing.
He just held it up, and Waldhooter knew exactly when to leave. Willaston midfield have really lifted here. That's the difference. And that's a good tap there. Willaston again. Their ruckman's, he's getting up. It's Rizek out of the middle. Into the hands of Shillabeer, but he's outmarked there. Don't see that very often. Beautiful pick up off the ground. That's good positive hands. That's a beautiful little kick. This is better from Willaston. Look at that run, that overlap. That kick doesn't quite work, but he's followed up his own work. That handball goes astray, but he's fighting hard. This is what you've been screaming out for all game, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, that fight, that good run.
That's exciting.
They look eager, yeah. They look eager to come back.
Running in numbers. Willaston Ruckman starting to get his hands on the footy here, which is most important. Saxon Evans had a quiet first half, but he's really taken responsibility here. There he is again, nullifying that contest. And that's Waldhooter. Gets that big kick forward. That's a beautiful mark taken in defence there for Barossa. That's a smart kick. That finds Mazzone. He goes to play on. That flying mullet going out the outer side. He's got it, found a teammate. They go long down the outer side. No one's able to mark. Willaston are able to gather. They're bringing the ball back now. Cut off again by Barossa. So we'll have a boundary throw in on the half-forward flank on the outer side.
A lot of footy being played on that side.
Yes. Not ideal for you and I,
No. Need some binoculars.
but it is a big ground here at Willaston. It's really unique in the way it's set out. Makes it very hard for visiting teams to come here and win. Not that it's troubled Barossa.
I don't think Barossa have any trouble at any ground the way they play.
No, they're very smart, really well coached. I think Eric Kells is really coaching the wheels off this Barossa team.
Driving force behind the group here.
Yes. And the players have bought into his structure and his system. You can see that with the way they play without fear. Ball in now. Evans and Webb both get their hand to it, so we'll have a repeat stoppage. Waldhuter with a big crushing tackle. He's back in and he's going to have an impact. That's what we were calling for. And that's Walton there as well. We were also wanting a little bit of that. Bit of old-timey stuff for Willaston.
This stoppage here should allow Willaston to get a scoring.
Willaston need to try and bring the ball into the middle. Barossa are quite happy to play down that wing at the moment. Now Willaston with a turnover. That handball doesn't find anyone. So Barossa are able to sort of stem the flow. We'll have a repeat stoppage on that outer side. Umpire with the ball up. Good tap backwards. No one can control it though. So the umpire blows his whistle. He says, I'll have it again if you guys can't make up your mind.
There's a mark here for Barossa, looking to go towards goal, and Shillabir is out the back, and that is a mark for Shillabir. He's been pretty good today. He should kick this one, where I'm looking right behind him to this angle of goal, and he's going to go for a snap.
And
makes pretty easy work of it. That's his second.
Yes. That's the advantage that Barossa have got. When they move the ball quickly, they've got those two targets in Shillabir and Rezic in the forward line, who are beautiful finishers. Willaston don't have that currently. They don't have that big gun up forward that they can go, let's just bang it in and let him go and
get him go to work, yeah.
Not many teams in the BLG have it. Tanunda used to have that, but they are sorely missing it now. Barossa have got two. They're spoiled for choice.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's either Rizik or Shillabir, and if it's not them, it's Griffiths. So
yes,
you can take your pick almost.
All up in the middle. Webb gets his hand to that. Earlham fighting. Dives on it. Ball barrels out. Barossa looking to get the clearance, but that's well picked up. Ball comes back into the middle. That's a good aggressive move. Handball's off now. That kick just overcooked a little bit. It's going to work though. Willaston players were there fighting each other for it. Earlham won it. He put it up high. That's well crumbed, but he's brought down with a beautiful tackle. Handball's cut off. You see, ball will be stopping just inside half forward for Willaston, but that was really good aggressive footy.
It was good to see they tried, and even though there was a few mistakes, it's still in there, so it worked.
Positive mistakes.
Yeah. Become Barossa though.
Every time Willaston get an opportunity, Barossa have got an answer. It's the Griffiths on the outer side now. That's a really good kick. That's a beautiful
seem
mark.
to have an answer for everything today.
They play on immediately. That's picked up. Just not taking any time. Here we are. Ash Fry cleans that up. Goes with that beautiful left foot kick. but it's not clear of his teammate. So we'll have a ball in Barossa's forward pocket. I'm looking forward to catching up with a couple of the Willaston players post-game and just getting their thoughts on where Barossa were able to take the game away.
Definitely some more fight at the contest. So
yes, big tackle from Sam Walton. He's been doing that for nearly 20 years.
I wouldn't like to be tackled by Walton in a proper game. I'm sure I've been hit by him a few times in training, but not in a proper game I'd like to be.
He's tackled me at the bar when it was my bye.
Barossa shot on goal. Oh no, he's going to bounce. This is East. It crumbs and East again. So East will look to clear it.
He runs, big clear and kick to this side, but he's picked out a Barossa player.
In Daniel Kickle.
He looks to drive it back in. He goes long to the top of the square. East was bundled under that. That's great body work from his opponent.
I have a feeling it's going to be Rizwick.
Yes, and Lee Rizwick once again just strong in the hips. He's smaller than East. East is a big hunk of beef, but Rizwick is all muscle and core strength.
Should kick this.
He should kick this.
Nice
this
angle.
Is right in his wheelhouse. Missed a few today though, but he's not made a mistake this time. That is a beautiful kick. So Barossa just continue to extend their hold on this game. They've got their foot on Willaston's throat at the moment, and they don't look like they're going to ease off.
We've got 4 goal 5 to 14 goals 13
on the Bergs Barossa scoreboard. See the ball coming back to the middle now. Willaston just looking to find something. They've shown some good signs early in this third quarter. We're only 12 and a half minutes into the third quarter here. The umpire back in the middle, rolls it up. Webb gets up high, he gets the ball down, and he follows up his own work. He's not able to grab it though.
An impressive ruckman he is.
He's had a great day. That ball out, just underground, just enough to give his teammate a chance to go and get it. And they're running for each other. Now it's Arthur. That's a beautiful kick into the 50. Finds Rizwick once again. He's just down there. He leads in so many different patterns that his opponent cannot keep up with him, even though he's not fast. And Griffiths, what a mark! He was second in line, but he got up high over a taller opponent. That's the danger of Griffiths. He can go up and get the footy.
He should put this one through, you'd expect.
This will be his easiest shot on goal for the day.
Reward his hard work. It's a nice mark there.
I don't want to put the mockers on him.
No, me either,
but he comes in now and kicks truly. That's another goal for the Dogs, but that's the mark of the day for my mind. It's his second cracker.
Yeah.
But wow.
He got up before and showed us he can do it again. It wasn't just a one-time thing, so...
He didn't do a lot wrong there. Positioned himself well, nearly had his hands on the footy, but out of nowhere, Griffiths just took it away from him. Yeah. Ripped his heart out.
And then rewards himself too, so that takes Barossa to an even bigger score. Just waiting for the update here.
Maybe they need a new calculator. They're just getting up into big numbers now for Barossa. That tap comes down, goes Willaston's way, but Barossa, they've got players who are reading the ball well in the middle. That kick comes out to advantage. Alex Arthur, he's really working hard now. That's a good forward handball. That's a beautiful take. Oh, what a pass. That was Rowan today. Nelson. He's been really good today. That was a perfectly weighted pass to Lee Rizwick, who led. That's a completely different lead to what we've seen all day. He's been delicious.
Yeah, he's been really good. I've been really impressed with his work.
Played over 200 Sandford League games, so he's a classy player. And that's not his best kick of the day. he wouldn't want to see that back on the replay.
Willaston crowd getting really up and about
Willaston
now.
crowd really happy to give him some advice on that one. And it was all positive.
Yeah.
Big kick going out.
They're still going.
They're still going. They're loving it. And Waltuda there, he picks the ball up, puts that ball out in front of his teammate, bounces for him, sits. And yeah, he panicked a little bit there. But that's all right. The ball is in their forward line now. They've just got to regather. Barossa now bring it out with ease though. They've got players in the clear. That's well. He held that up well. Beautiful hands there. That handball goes astray. Shillaby had to go and get it, but he was good enough. Oh, he just dances around his opponent. Gives a look away handball. That's Hayden Trainer. He's really handy. Walton was being held there without the footy. Of course he doesn't get a free kick. He reckons he never gets them. That's Dylan Jones with the mullet. That's beautiful. That's better.
A bit of a biff here between
He's gone
Shillaby
deep
and
into the middle.
Erlen.
He's overcooked it a little bit, but Waltuda was there to get it up with the handball.
Sorry to interrupt,
There's a beautiful flying shot on goal, just offline.
but Erlen's just had a bit to say with Shillaby right in front of me. So
Well, you can do that when you're the alpha.
the Alpha is still going. Just still letting them know.
And the barmen are starting to get involved too. But that was a great flying shot on goal from Henschke. This was his Saxon Evans coming back on the ground. He's had a really good third quarter. I'm hoping he can continue that. Ball spoiled in the middle there. Umpires found a free kick though.
Barossa
Going
with
Barossa's
speed.
way. Allows them to play on, which suits them. Good spoil there. Barossa player unable to pick it up. We'll have a stoppage almost at half forward for Barossa. Just really starting to grab the momentum back that Willaston tried to
To take in the early stage of the third
Stop.
quarter.
Beautiful pick up there by Mazzone. And that's a great handball off. They're just doing it really well out of the middle at the moment. Shillaby are going for this one now. He picks that up on the bend. Kicks it around the corner, right back to the goal square. Mazzone was there, he couldn't get up. It's well defended. Willaston running it out by hand.
Ooh, we're gonna get
Put a
lucky
player
there.
under pressure, they got it away though. That's better. Now they've got Waldhuder down the line, he's out in front, he's marked. He's got a player streaming towards goal. Waldhuder goes back and goes bang! That's a minor score unfortunately, hit the lower part of the post, but that's what Waldhuder can do. And Barossa are coming straight back at them, ramming the ball down their throat with smash mouth football. Good take in the middle there. Now we've got Brendan Dew. Hasn't had a lot of the ball, hasn't had to. He's had players around him carrying the load all day. A lot of the young guys have done the hard work. That's a really good spoil from behind there. Barossa player comes through. That's a
All
great
home
soccer. Griffiths is down there all alone. Couldn't quite pick it up, but he's got Rizik in the goal square all alone. Unselfishly, just goes with the handball. Probably had time to pick it up and kick it himself, but that's unselfish footy.
Starting to take control, isn't he, Rizzi?
But he is owning this game. There's 3 votes coming Lee Rizik's way. I'm sorry.
We said at the start, if he gets a bit out of hand, it's going to be hard to stop. and-
Exactly. Willaston just haven't had an answer for him.
No.
The big 32. He just has got a great all-round game.
Perfect work there from Brady Griffiths, so to get the handball out under pressure.
Got it. Didn't control the ball initially. It came to ground and he slipped, but he kept with it.
Yeah, did very
and
well.
Didn't try and overdo it, which was the key. He just let the ball come to him. I think we're looking for a football at the moment. Not sure where that one's ended up. Oh no, they're back in the middle. Another ball up, repeat. Barossa, really good by hand out of the middle. Now that kick forward. Mazzone was under that, but he was outmarked. He's given away a free kick actually. And he's given away a 25. I think he might have given the umpire a little bit of advice there. The Willaston crowd giving hair advice. I'm not sure that's the best move. Ball goes deep. Wild Herders caught under that. Barossa players able to pick it up. But looking to my left at a couple of these haircuts, I'm not sure that hair and style advice is really their forte.
He definitely stands out with that hair, that's for sure.
Ball on the outer side now, comes in. That's brought to ground. Barossa are able to clean it up. That little chip kick goes up, but Michael Clinch read it better than everyone. He's driving the ball deep now. And that's a big collision there. It was Josh Waldhuter going back with the flight. Had a big player coming directly at him. He's tough as nails though. Look at him get up. Imagine being hit by that.
I don't want to imagine that. Make me feel sore.
Be like the express train from Gawler to Adelaide standing in front of it. Hope you can catch a ride.
Barossa looking to switch.
They do just that. They've got players out here.
It's been one of their
Got Jake Tobin out here.
It's one of their go-to moves today, Barossa's switch.
They've loved the open spaces here at Elliot Goodger Park. Yeah, happy just to soak up a bit of time in the back line at the moment. Just catch a breather. Going down the outer side now. And we will have a ball in almost out to centre wing. No, sorry, Willaston to bring it back in for last touch. They're going deep. They've found a player. That's a good grab. From here, this is their next challenge. Wild Hooter's gone a searching lead. Mark is taken. And he will be taking a shot on goal, kicking from probably 45.
I'd say 45, yeah. No Breeze. Breeze is completely
Breeze has
dropped.
completely died. The flags are limp. That's a very good effort.
Messy
But
ball.
it just drifted off and out on the full. That was Lehman. Barossa bringing the ball back now. They're not slowing down for anything. Here they come. Got Rowan Nelson again. He's had a lot of the ball in the second half.
Been very impressive.
Really good young player. I think he's genuinely a contender for Team of the Year at the moment. That's a beautiful kick inboard. That's found Trainer.
They look to go back across the other side.
Yeah, they love that. Get out into some open space and
Now
run.
there's some clean room.
Here we go. That's it. They're moving the ball. Now they come inboards. That's found young Civic. The first gamer.
Goes high.
High into the forward line. Was looking for Rizik. Didn't quite work though. Willaston now, chance to clear. That's a risky kick, but it works. They found Earlham. He comes out to this side.
This is Fraser.
It's a beautiful mark to young Fraser. He's got Zach East out here. The Beast spills it. He was under that and probably had more time than he realised.
Rarely drops them. Rarely. He won't be happy with himself.
No.
Ball's in.
Evans gets that ball down to the back. Barossa have got players there though. It's really well read by the Willaston players. But Barossa now with the counter. Rizik was outmarked on that occasion. It was Really well done. It's the first time for the day he's been outpaced.
Not really sure what's going on here, but looks to go quite complete across.
That's
the
dangerous,
goal.
but it's worked.
Dangerous, absolutely.
Griffiths was looming. He's a player I wouldn't want to put the ball in the air near. They go down the line. That doesn't quite hit a teammate, so it goes. Well, it's still in boards. Barossa
got
picked it
beaten
up.
there.
Come back in boards. Here they come again, the Bulldogs. And that's chopped off nicely. He turns him inside out, comes back in, and that's another intercept mark for Barossa. Willaston have coughed the ball up across half forward so many times. Big pack flies, and at the front of the pack, Brendan Dew. That ball bounces back in. The zone's there.
Oh, that's so unlucky.
Really well defended.
Very, very unlucky there for Dew.
Yeah.
He might be having just one of those days that the ball's just not bouncing
The ball
his
didn't
way.
bounce his way, but the Willaston defenders fought hard to get there. It's that useless oval-shaped ball. Who would have invented that? Willaston now, a big long kick down the outside. The siren goes to end the third quarter and slows down the pain a little bit for Willaston. On the Barossa scoreboard, Barossa District 17 goal 13, 115. Willaston 4-7, 31. And it's only three-quarter time.
Well, as a Willaston man, it is hard to see, but I thought we did lift. And at the start there, I think we had 2 quick goals.
There were a lot of things in the first 5 minutes that Damien
promising.
Herzig will take part from, but unfortunately Barossa are just in such elite form at the moment that they took the momentum back and never relinquished it. Josh Waldhuder was the player we called for at halftime to provide something. He did that in that quarter.
Yeah.
He was a really good target on the lead and took a number of big marks. Kicked 1 goal, could have had another that just didn't quite hit the bottom of the post. But yes, he was good. Sam Walton went into the middle at times, and I thought his presence was good.
Provided some sort of pressure, yeah.
His defensive mindset was able to slow Barossa down at times. He was good, but Rowan Nelson was fantastic that quarter for the Bulldogs, and Lee Rizek is putting on a show.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's been really exciting to watch. He's just really, taking the game on and takes matters into his own hands. And like we said at the start of the game, if he gets out of control, you won't stop him.
He's been out of control since the first siren, and Brady Griffiths has joined him in that party.
Like we said, we got Shillabere, Griffiths, and then Rizwick up forward, and that's a big trio.
Throw in guys like Alex Arthur's had a game to applaud today. He's been great.
Sure.
Brendan Dew's normally their main gun in the midfield. He's had a quieter game. I think there's been a bit of attention paid to him off the ball, and Willaston haven't let him get a run on. But Alex Arthur has thrived in the opportunity today.
Yeah.
He's been terrific.
I think another one who's thrived is Rowan Nelson.
Rowan Nelson's been great. As I said, I think he's in consideration for Team of the Year honours at this stage of the season.
He's really lifted, provided that good run.
Hayden Trainer's been good.
I haven't seen much of Webb that quarter, but he's been good today.
But Saxon Evans started that quarter really well for Willaston and took the game away from Webb for the first 5 minutes at least, and then for the rest of the quarter at least nullified Webb's influence, which is something that was desperately needed.
I think we need to see some lift from on-ballers again, but they did start not too bad, so hopefully another start like that would be helpful. Just give our backs a rest.
4 goals, 7 in 3 quarters of footy is very disappointing. Willaston need to get at least another 3 goals in the fourth quarter.
Definitely not something.
10 goals would be an ideal result, but that's a big ask when they've only kicked 4 in 3 quarters.
Well, Barossa, they just don't let you have anything, not even an inch, so impressive from them today, but Willaston caught by surprise maybe, I'm not really sure.
Yes. As we see the women's team starting to warm up, there's a women's game on after this tonight. Barossa taking on Willaston. So So if you want to come down and watch some quality women's football, you can watch what is an elite Willaston team taking on a really good Barossa team.
We've had footy all day.
All day and
Non-stop.
all night. The new lights here at Willaston are something to celebrate. The footy club has invested a lot of money in those, and I've seen games here under lights already this year, and it is really, really good.
They're a lot better than the old ones, that's for sure.
Definitely, and they are great for the future of the Willaston Footy Club, for the players. The training facilities are now much, much better than they've ever been. But again, still celebrating Pink Day here at Willaston. If you want, you can still come down to the ground, buy some raffle tickets in their pink raffle, supporting breast cancer research. It's a great cause. Willaston have gone all out today. They're wearing pink. They've got pink food. They've got merchandise available. They are giving everything today. So come on down, support not only the people at the Willaston Footy Club who have done a great job doing this, but support everyone who's dealing with breast cancer, and just please come and be a part of the community.
Crowd really hasn't died off. It's just looking in the car park. I think there's more to come.
Because they've got a women's game after, the crowd hasn't sort of seeped away.
Yeah.
There's, in fact, more people have been coming in for the women's game. I think that is a great initiative. And women's footy is growing exponentially in the Barossa, well, worldwide, Australia-wide. But the games being on directly after the A grade gives the women a crowd to play in front of. Really makes it better for them rather than playing in front of a small crowd on a Sunday. They get a real atmosphere and the crowd they deserve.
Yeah, for sure. It's good quality football, and under the lights, I mean, what more could you ask for?
Absolutely. The weather is good. It's not going to be too cold tonight. Definitely you can still come down and watch some good footy tonight.
Players in position.
Ready for the fourth quarter. Match of the day coming to you from Elliot Goodger Reserve.
I've just noticed a small change here. We've got Mazzone on the wing, so that should be interesting.
They're hoping to free him up a little bit. He hasn't quite had his impact today that he normally does. It's a big take there. Chillaberry kicks around the corner. High up and under. That's a good take.
Mark from Owen.
Yes. Braden Owen, he's been good at times this year. Gives the ball forward. It was a good strong lead, but well defended. That was Lee Sutton. Ball in now. Willaston Ruckman got to the front, brought the ball down. Barossa, that was Mazzone around the corner. Spoiled down, so we'll have another boundary throw in deep in the forward pocket for the Dogs. Just refusing to relent, are they?
Yeah.
Just been a really good all-over performance for the Dogs today. There's not been a passenger.
Everyone's played their bit, that's for sure.
That's a beautiful pick up on the run there. Good kick. Clinch just had to shin that forward. He goes and gets it again. Good handball inside. Finds a teammate. That was a good hit on. Goes off the deck. Just buys himself some time. He's knocked off the ball though. That's really well done, Barossa. They're big, they're strong, and they're refusing to give you any room. That's Rizik. Just another touch for the big fella. Ball driven forward. Griffiths was outmarked on that occasion. It was Childs that did him. Clinch in the middle of the ground. He can turn and burn now. Goes long. Barossa players are there. They can mop up nicely. They're going back again. Childs, well done, the old timer. Recently played his 200th game. He's playing beautiful football still. One of my absolute favourite players.
One of my favourites too.
Goes into the middle there, hits a teammate with a beautifully weighted kick. That's Adam Connolly. Finds Walton. That handball put his teammate under pressure. Comes back. Handball comes back to Walton. He slams it on the boot. Probably should have done that the first time, Walt.
Just gives him a chance.
He's tried to bring that to ground. And ball goes over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in just around from Willaston's goal. See Walton trotting up towards this contest again. Now he's moving towards the goal square, just getting dangerous. Using his experience. See a free kick paid here. That'll be a repeat throw in. Didn't quite make the required. That's a better effort. Big punch there from Barossa. No one can get that cleanly. Willaston players racked up as soon as he grabs it. See big Josh Waldhurter on the boundary in front of him. He's prowling. Neither ruckman engaged that time. Big Zach East gets it. He turns around. A little chip kick on the ground. Doesn't help. Willaston Barossa player picks it up and goes out of bounds. So Willaston will get... Evans gets the kick in. He goes short quickly. That's barely 15. Looking to kick it long. He's got a target. That's mark's been paid. It's well done. That was Henschke. He goes to the goal square. That's spoiled away. Beautiful pick up there. Willaston player. He turned on a dime. Goes back to goal. And he's drilled that. The Willaston fans are really
perfect from Joel Holloway.
Holloway had a couple of good moments today. That was beautiful, crisp footy.
Yeah, it was great to see. Bit of razzle-dazzle there.
Look, gave the Willaston supporters something to cheer about.
Going to look on the highlight here. Should get it.
Willaston not lying down here. Donnybrook's spirit truly in effect. They're going to fight this out till that final siren, even after. And Mazzone there, he's robbed of the ball.
Evans for the clearance.
Goes forward for Willaston. Beautiful take from the Barossa player. He's wrapped up immediately. Umpire said no.
Advantage.
That'll be a free kick. Drills that. That's a good, well-weighted kick. He's able to pick it up. Drives that deep. He's got a player screaming for it. That was Shillabir. The big fella stops. He's within range, but he is looking for an option.
No breeze, so a little bit, so won't be a problem up here, and he just unloaded that.
That is a beautiful kick.
But I think it faded
Just faded to the left, late. So a minor score.
Made great contact with that though.
He's a big man and kicks the ball really well. Willaston clearing out to that defensive side as they have done most of the day. Not really worked for them. Barossa had been able to chop it off. Have the boundary throw in out there. Willaston get a repeat entry, but that's out on the full. So Barossa will be able to clear easily now. Sorry, Willaston able to clear. They take on the middle of the ground now. This is better from Willaston, playing through the corridor.
Better movement here. This is a bit of a risky
That's
kick.
a really risky kick. Shillabir with one mitt just plucks it out of the air. He turns and just goes short. He's got a guy there. That's well weighted.
He moves it on, and Barossa will have another look at goal.
Just smart play there from Shillabir. He could have blazed that to the top of the square quite easily.
We've got Dew lining up. We're directly behind him.
well within range.
Yeah, distance shouldn't be a
Wind
problem.
has dropped right off to almost nothing.
It's just about accuracy here. Runs in straight. That's a nice kick.
That is a beautiful kick.
That's another one for Barossa for a dude.
Yeah, no mistake at all there. Barossa piling on the pain here.
His first with today.
He's had a couple of flying shots on goal, but
Been
not
a bit
his
unlucky,
day.
yeah.
Hasn't had his normal impact. As young Hudson Roberts, the chop, comes back on the field for Barossa. Another first-year player.
Good player too.
His father was a handy player as well. He's straight into the action, in the middle of the ground. He's a good in and under player.
Loves the wet weather.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mud pig. He's wrapped up in the action immediately. He hands the ball back to the umpire.
Don't think A-grade physicality would phase him much.
No, not at all.
Here he is here.
He gets that ball, that's a good handoff. Player who's cleaned up after he kicks it. Arthur now in pursuit. He picks it up. He's got great awareness. Turns onto his left. Puts the ball forward.
And here's
Dew
Dew.
now. That's another
Another
goal
one.
for Dew. He
Two
was
in
in
a
the
row.
perfect position.
2 in a row for Dew. He's starting to
After
turn
a
his
quiet
luck.
day,
Yeah.
he's just putting a couple of things together in the last quarter.
He's just turning his luck around.
Good players do that. They never settle for 3/4 of a quiet game and go, well, it's not my day. Good players find a way to impact the game.
Players returning to the middle. Barossa Bird scoreboard reads Willaston 5-7 to Barossa 19-15. So a huge margin there.
It's getting scary. A few of the Willaston faithful will go home and have nightmares about this game.
Ball goes
I'll
up.
watch the replay.
Evans.
Good tap on from Evans.
Missed handball there. Great snub opportunity.
Earlham were a
Earlham
big
got
crushing
him.
tackle. Gave him no chance
He's another
whatsoever.
player I wouldn't like to be tackled by Tyson Earlham.
The Alpha.
The
that's his
Alpha.
name. Evans with a good another ruck tap. Ball's out in dispute. Almost got into his back there. Just avoided giving away the free kick. That's a beautiful take.
This is Tapper. Just puts a bit too much on that one.
Just stays in bounds. That's another good clean-up from the zone. Good handball off. Really good play from the Dogs.
Griffiths out the
Griffith
back.
stayed down.
Shillabir.
Handballs off to
finishes.
Shillabir. That's another goal for the Dogs. Another unselfish act from Griffiths. He could have easily taken a flying shot on goal there. He earned the right.
It's been very, very, very impressive today.
Yes.
And his work down here in front of us on the
I
left of
thought
screen.
as soon as he cleanly picked that ball up, I thought, yeah, he's got this goal. But his vision was better than mine. He knew he had a player, and he knew it was his responsibility to share the love.
Gave Shillabir his third goal for the day. He's
Yes.
had a pretty impressive day around goal.
He's probably done more away from goal than he's done near goal today. He's been impressive out on the wing at times, in the middle. He's really done it all for them. But he's been playing a second fiddle role to Lee Rizek today, and he's happy to do that.
But it's working, that's for sure.
Well, they've got a deadly duo, and they're happy to share the load. If one's not doing it, the other one will. And God help any team when they both get on it.
Yeah. We've seen today, they've both been on, and they've been hard to stop.
See the ball cross half forward now for the Dogs. Beautiful pick up there for Willaston. Good hands. And they're just kicking the ball out here into this side. They've found a player. left foot kick comes forward. Finds dirt. He's got to fight hard to pick that up. He's been pushed off the ball. Didn't get away a free kick though. That's well done. That was Jake Tobin. He's an impressive young player. No one was going to outrun him. He's one of the quickest around. That ball is a bit shallow. Evans takes it. Says, I don't care. It's a beautiful pickup. Balanced himself. Well-weighted kick. Looking for Wild Hooter. Well defended. Wally goes after it still. That's a beautiful pickup. He's tackled really well. Mazzone's got a defensive side to his game as well. He's upset the Willaston faithful again. They really don't like the haircut, Will.
No, it's a lot longer than I thought. I saw him over there and then made the comment, but I like how it's over his shoulders. The Willaston crowd are very vocal.
Yeah, they're not fans.
They're not too happy.
I think if you showed up here with that mullet, you'd be in a world of hurt. See Barossa now just streaming forward.
That's Owen, he keeps it on the boundary line.
That's a really well-weighted kick.
Good.
Hits Shillabeer on the chest, just inside the boundary. That's beautiful work.
Probably a bit too far for him. He'll have to...
Distance isn't a problem. He's unselfish.
Centers
He
it
goes
up.
across, and there it is, the man we've been talking about all day, Lee Riswick. And that's Shillabeer just being unselfish the way Griffiths was for him. That's great teamwork. They really do love him at the club. The players all get on really well with him. He's brought a lot to Barossa in his time there. In his 2 stints there. Rizik should put this one away to cap off a really good day for himself. He has put that one through. No, just offline. So, yeah, he could have had a massive day, Rizik, but unfortunately in front of the sticks he's been a little off track.
Equally, very good game though.
Very good game. 3 votes for sure. Not that I want to try and get inside the head of an umpire, but it's got to be 3 votes. As the ball comes forward now for Willaston.
Also rush it through Tobin.
Yeah, that was a quick play for Willaston. It's what they need. Just
couldn't hold on there, so the Barossa player keeps on running. Punch from Fraser.
Fry's out there against a couple of Barossa players. He's not going to catch either of them at his speed. And Barossa, beautiful work now. That's excellent. They find Shillabeer.
Shillabeer dribbles
Just goes around the corner and bangs through another goal. That's as impressive as any goal that we've seen today.
That's his 4th.
He's just now putting on a show. Look at him. Puts his hand up. Lets everyone know it's his game.
Having fun out there, he is.
They are having a great time out there, the dogs. Who let the dogs out?
Shillabeer and Reswick did. They're running amok, an absolute muck, so props to them. Reswick led the way though from the very start.
Tyson Earlham may be the alpha at Willaston, but there's a couple of alphas at Barossa as well.
Tyson Earlham could be out alpha today, you reckon?
He has been out alpha by 2 of them today. It does happen.
The Rucks go at it. Going into Barossa's advantage. They've been all over him
Clean
today.
hands. Look at that turn and leg speed. Griffiths out in front, can't hang on to it, but picks it up off the bounce beautifully.
Could be Shillabeer again, but stopped by the Willaston defender.
Great desperate defence there from Willaston.
Owen's short kick.
It's another mark for Barossa inside their forward 50. That's been too easy for them today.
That looks like Davey out there. And he might want to have a crack the way he's going back.
The way things are going for Barossa today, why not?
I mean, he's got nothing to lose with 141 points on the board.
He's got 1 goal already for the day.
He'll just trot on in.
Good connection. Goal umpire has to do a bit of work just offline.
Childs will bring us back. big kick.
He goes long down the outer side. That's a really big kick. Just hacked out of the contest there from Willaston. Into space.
This is East.
Well controlled by the beast. Oh, he's
Broken his ankles there.
done it beautifully there. A bit of show and go. I didn't think he had that in his repertoire, but he can dance.
Bit of candy about him.
He can dance.
Barossa looked to get it moving quickly, but cut off. So there'll be
He's
a
probably got
contest.
some moves on the dance floor too.
Yeah, well, after seeing that, I'll have to pull him out. We're in the bang centre.
All up. Good tap there from Willaston Ruckman. That's well done by the young player. That's Katsano. He's been good today at times. He's fought hard.
This is Owen. He was switch play to the debutant in Ryan Civic.
He's got some good touches through the game. That's a good handoff.
Zone.
The zone just mulleting his way through the middle of the ground. The ball on the outer wing now. Beautiful pickup from Barossa. They're going deep. That's a mark to Shillabeer. Too easy. He had meters on his opponent.
Do you back him to kick this?
I would back him to kick. This is the kind of goal that he'll kick.
He seems to be, I'm going to say 50 out.
He'll be kicking from at least 50. But he can kick the ball 60. There is no win, or maybe a tiny
He's
zap.
got onto that. That's a big kick. Is it
And the
online?
goal umpire hasn't had to do much at all. That's a beautiful
It's
goal, I
another
told you.
Yeah, you did. You did put him to it.
Yeah. I don't put the mocker on everyone. Just most players.
Flags go for Barossa. That's Shillabeer's 5th, I think.
He's had a good day out.
Great day out. He'd be happy with his performance.
I don't think there's a Barossa player out there that wouldn't be happy with their performance. I think everyone has been able to tick off a few things today.
Yeah, a really good team effort for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Even the lesser lights have been good today. Tobin, when he's grabbed the ball, has run, and his speed has hurt Willaston.
Yeah, he's provided a lot of speed, a lot of run, and gives them opportunities. So the ball goes up for up bounce, and Shillabeer was dumped there by Earlham.
Bit of frustration coming in from Willaston now.
Who looked to
So
go.
Shillabeer can drive this long. He waits that kick nicely. Players at the bottom of it. Willaston player is racked up immediately, so we'll have a ball up, probably 40 metres out directly in front of the Barossa goal. Barossa pressing still. And we are just over 20 minutes into the final quarter here at Willaston. So there's still a bit of pain to go for the Donnybrooks.
They'll have to ride this one out. Hopefully kick some more goals before the final siren blows.
It's a good tap from Willaston.
This is Cotsano speeding through.
He's been good today.
It's been very handy.
That's a really good mark. Taking, juggling there.
That's Hudson Cole. Chips it in, Ward, but cut off. That's tackled. Ignores and go. So we go with the Barossa player, and they'll go to their half forward. Whistle
Free kick being
blows.
paid here. Going the way of Barossa. And Shillabeer runs around and bangs that long. He's drilled another one.
Oh man, he's
Yes.
running amok.
He is kicking them from everywhere now.
Another goal for Shillabeer, another goal for
This is
Barossa.
party time.
That's 6 for Shillabeer. You're not going to give him free votes.
At this stage, no. I think Lee Rizik's
One
performance
more.
today at both ends of the field has been magnificent.
One more for Shillabeer, and I'm putting him free.
Amount of goals isn't the deciding factor. Shillabeer and Rizik both deserve 3 votes, but I think for me, Rizik's first 3 quarters, the things he was doing, deserve the 3 votes.
So, umpire will
Big
says
forwards rarely get votes.
Fraser will go at it. Cotsano on the ball.
Now the ball up, almost in exactly the same spot. Webb there, got his hand to the ball.
No advantage paid.
Signalled a free kick going Willaston's way. And Earlham will take this. He'll be happy about that. He drives the ball deep. And another free kick being paid downfield. This is going the way of Barossa, I believe. No. It's going the way of Wilson. Big Zach East has got the ball. And he'll be kicking at goal from probably 50 metres out. Do you back him from here?
I will back him in, yeah. Yeah, I'm backing him in. Big kick. Doesn't have the distance.
No, and that's a good defensive grab taken there for the Dogs. They're straight away taking the game on again.
Well, I've seen him kick from that sort of range before training, but obviously couldn't do it today.
And that's a really good mark taken under pressure.
That's Braden Owen. He passes it to Nelson.
He's been good again today. Nelson
just slips up and gets out there.
That's all over his back there.
Willaston supporters a bit to say about that one.
There's some umpire advisors in the crowd and they're really earning their pay.
Earlham to clean up.
Yeah, Earlham picked that up
well
on the half volley. He's well tackled there, well put down. That's young Ollie Riggs. He's taken down the alpha. Noack now with the ball up. It's a good tap there. Good hands. There's Gozzano. He's partly smothered. That's Dew coming through at pace. He's wrapped up in a big tackle, but it's high. And he's paying a 15-metre penalty as well. 25.
The crowd is loud.
The crowd is really getting rowdy now.
This is Nelson.
Nelson, my player.
Drives it in and just
he's found Lee Rizzick. Just putting the final nail in his 3 votes.
You'll get your 3 votes now.
I think he's writing out his own ticket. And it looks like another 25-metre penalty paid against the man on the mark.
Be happy with that. Makes the job a lot easier.
He'll be very happy with that because it'll also straighten him up.
And it's going to bring him round.
No, that's undisciplined, and that will really frustrate the Willaston coaches. The game's been bad enough, hard enough, without giving away freebies like that. How many for Rizzick?
This has 5.
5?
Yes. 5 for Rizzick. Although his game, 5 goals in his game today earns anyone's 3 votes. Although I was thinking about Shillaby, he's gone off now, so that's the end of him.
Well, he's earned the rest. Eric Kells has put his driver back in the bag. He's just going to chip out the game.
Barossa have not given up all day.
No,
they just haven't given Willaston any
relentless.
room, no breathing room. They've just been straight on. So,
and the kids are still going. That's another grab there. And the final siren goes. The final score here at Willaston, Barossa Districts absolutely hammering the home team on the Birds Barossa scoreboard. Barossa 24 goals, 17, 160 to the home side. Willaston 5 goals, 7, 37. That is a belting in anyone's language.
An old-fashioned belting.
That's really tough, and as we said, the women's team's starting to come out onto the ground. So, going to be a good game of women's football here this evening.
Like I said, it's non-stop football from the 13s to the A grade, and now we got the women's.
If you like women's footy or women's football, come on down to Willaston, watch the game tonight.
If you're not doing anything,
you'll be able to get in for free.
Just come in, yeah.
Thank you very much for joining me today, Will.
Thanks for having me.
You've been really good, really great insights, and good commentary.
Yeah, hopefully it wasn't too bad.
Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us.